Alright guys, I'm back. I want to talk about some recent polls that have come out in this race between Donald Trump and Kamala Harris for the presidency. A few days ago, I did some early poll analysis, which showed that the polls had tightened slightly, but not a whole lot. Since then, several more polls have come out, and they have showed the race tightening up significantly more. In the national polls right now, Donald Trump leads Kamala Harris by about 1.2 percentage points. So that's down from the 1.9 that he was before. And when it comes to the swing states, the race is getting even closer there. In many of the swing states, Kamala Harris is either tied or beating Trump. And in most of the recent polls, she is beating him. So we're talking about the blue wall of 2016, which would be Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin, and to some extent Minnesota, though that one is more solidly Democrat. But also states like Nevada, Arizona, and Georgia down in the South. Those states, Harris has been catching up to Trump quite a bit lately. So the question is, does this mean that Kamala Harris is favored to beat Donald Trump in November in this presidential race? Will Kamala defeat Trump? Here's the issue with that, is that Kamala has only been the presumptive nominee for the Democrat Party for about a week and a half, not quite 2 weeks. So she's kind of like the car when you roll it off the lot all shiny and new. Like, she looks great to voters right now, but that's because they haven't realized that the clutch is bad and the oil needs changed and the tires are bald. Kamala Harris has some serious electoral issues, mostly stemming from her horrible radical policies. For example, she supports reparations to Black Americans paid presumably by white Americans. So taking money from people who were never slave holders and giving them to people who were never slaves. She supported in the past abolishing private medical insurance. She supported the BLM protesters in 2020 who were burning down cities in riots that ended up causing over $1 billion in property damage and killing dozens of people. These are just a few examples, but across the board, on abortion, for example, she supports late-term abortion all the way up till the point of birth. She's a complete radical on all of these issues. And I think if Donald Trump and the Republican Party are able to show those problems to voters, I think that shine will come off Kamala Harris quick. And if they are successful in doing that, I believe this election is going to look a lot like Joe Biden versus Donald Trump was looking. Because for the last 4 years, all of these policies, at least to some extent, have been in place and have been getting pushed forward by Joe Biden, and they've been failing the American people. These are not popular policies. The radical sexual agenda of the Democrats is another policy in which it's so unpopular that a Republican was elected governor of Virginia for the first time in years because of it. So, this platform of the Democrat Party is a radical and unpopular one, and Kamala Harris epitomizes that greatly. So if Donald Trump is able to show that side of Kamala to the voters, I believe that he will, in fact, win this presidential election.